Hello everybody and welcome to Nerdology channel. I'm your host Anas Muhammad, and in today's review we're going to be taking a look on the LG L7. The L series from LG is aimed towards people who are a little bit tight on budget and yet they're looking for amazing features. This is of course an Android lineup offering ice cream sandwich. The phone ever released ever since May 2012. There's the L5, L9 and the series as well. If you're looking for some affordable phones and that offer tons and tons of features, and definitely there's no comparison with the other manufacturers in terms of the features next to the prices. So first off, let's start off with the design. The phone have nothing unique to set itself apart. No unique design, no unique looks to it. It's an okay looking phone. It's very bar shaped, rectangular shaped, just very bar edgy. Nothing unique about it. It looks decent, looks very good, very slim and very light, 122 grams, a 4.3-inch screen with 800 by 480 resolution, IPS LCD display with a 217 ppi pixel density, 1 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon processor with 512 megabytes of RAM, and a little bit old GPU, Adreno 200 GPU, and 5 megapixel camera, LED flash, a front-facing camera, with just normal VGA recording. Of course, the 5 megapixel camera is offering a VGA at 30 frames per second recording, not 720p, because the phone itself cannot handle running 720p resolution videos. So in that case, it's not also able to record any 720p. So you'll be able to just record videos as high as your phone's resolution and run videos as high as your phone's resolution. The phone is really decent looking and offers tons of features for the price. The price is around £1,620 here in Egypt, and it's definitely a really good price for the amount of features. So let's just jump in and see how great the screen is. This is a 4.3-inch screen with IPS display. Of course, it doesn't compete with Super AMOLED displays, but it definitely offers very vivid colors, good-looking colors, not bad, not washed-out colors. So the colors really pop out, and the screen is super bright. It really puts the Super AMOLED screens to shame with its high brightness. A 4.3 gigantic inch screen on a phone like that, it's a mid-range phone, not something that is expensive or anything. 4.3 inch is definitely a plus. LG have definitely done a great job with the UI. This is the LG Optimus UI mixed in with the Android ice cream sandwich, which I think is a great OS for Android. Of course, Ice Cream Sandwich have done a lot of improvements in terms of speed, and the UI feels super slick and super fast. And LG have done a great job in its Optimus UI. There are some neat features, of course, that LG offers in terms of its Optimus UI. First off, the transition, as you see, there's a little bit of an accordion transition to it. It kind of like flips down towards the next page. I really like that, and there are tons of transitions. Those stuff you don't get in a normal phone. You have to download the launcher in order to get those really slick, cool looking transitions. And of course, it offers a very cool customizable taskbar from the status. Of course, you're able to just position them wherever you'd like. You know, you'd be able to edit quick settings. You'd be able to put any kind of quick access to it. Anything you'd like to put, you'd be able to put in here. You'd be able to put as much as you'd like, and it's scrollable. And of course, you have the neat feature of the quick memo. In case if you wanted to write something on the screen to remind you when you're using that program, you're able just to write on the screen any kind of memo at any time and be able to look at it whenever you'd like. Of course, I do like the beautiful transparent status bar. Of course, notifications show up in here, and you're able to just dismiss them by swiping right or left. Of course, you're able to press the X button to dismiss them all. And you're able to just to access the settings right away through here. Of course, LG have allowed tons and tons of features I've never seen in any other phones in terms of the settings, developer options. You're able to customize the CPU and lots of stuff that are only allowed via root. Of Of course, the buttons themselves, the touch-sensitive buttons, are not that great because there's no feedback of whether you've pressed the button or not. Of course, they work just fine, but you don't know whether I've pressed the button or not. There's no vibration, there's no sound, so you really don't know whether you pressed the button or not. But again, LG offers tons of settings to absolutely have complete control over your phone, which I really like. And so I think overall LG have done a fantastic job in its Optimus UI, and adding in Ice Cream Sandwich is definitely a plus for me on a 4.3 gorgeous screen. Tons and tons of features. Of course, the applications that LG offer are not much, just basic applications. Of course, there are the Android applications, the internet browsers, the usual ones, the email, Gmail, Gallery, Google+, Messenger, all those normal apps that come with Android, Google Maps, and all that stuff. Of course, what LG have put are complete bloatware applications, nothing you'd actually use except the Polaris Office. Other than that, there's the LG Smart World, which I don't think you'd use because there's the Play Store. It's not really that much useful. The Smart Share and the Remote Call Service, and there's also the software update. Really, not many features that LG have offered. There's, of course, I do like the apps, downloads, and widgets, which again exists in every other phone with Ice Cream Sandwich. There are some really cool things in terms of the UI. For example, the lock screen, it just opens up and shows what is behind that lock screen. It's a beautiful, beautiful UI. I really do give a thumbs up for how LG have done its UI. Fantastic looking phone, great transitions, great features, really great UI. Definitely LG, I really love LG UI. Definitely one of my favorite. I do prefer it over Samsung's UI, TouchWiz UI, or HTC Sense, or Sony UI. It's definitely my preferred, my UI of choice. Tons of features, so a great UI. Now we come to the important stuff. Since this is a single core processor, 1 GHz Qualcomm MSM7227 Snapdragon with 512 megabytes of RAM and Adreno 200 GPU, which is a little bit old. Is this phone capable of multitasking? Is it capable of handling the most powerful games like Nova 3 or Modern Combat? Of course, the answer is no. It will be able to handle the most basic of applications. I'm talking about Google Play, texting, maybe occasional video chatting or something like that. Being able to play casual games, that's okay. Just throw in a couple of casual games like Angry Birds or Subway Surfer. Of course, we will see here a gameplay of Subway Surfer in order to be able to judge yourself on how the game. As you see, the game runs quite fine. The frame rates are quite good. The loudspeakers aren't that great. They are below average loudspeakers. Everything else about the phone is great, but the speakers are not that great. So let's see how the game runs. The game definitely runs smooth for a single core processor. It's okay frame rates, not the fastest frame rates you'd expect, but again, this is an affordable phone. It's not the toughest and greatest of all phones. So in terms of performance, it's okay, and this is Subway Surfer, a 3D runner, and yes, there is some lag, I wouldn't deny. This is a heavy lag, but the game runs fine, absolutely fine. Of course, you get the standard task manager. You're able to just dismiss applications like that. Of course, if you wanted to see the camera and how it handles tasks, this is a picture of a Lamborghini. That's a small model of a Lamborghini. The pictures are a little bit grainy. The colors are a little bit washed out. Not the greatest camera. The camera is a little bit below average, so it's not the greatest quality for pictures you could ever take. And the front camera. Of course, the camera offers tons of features, 5-megapixel camera, decent resolution, LED flash, autofocus, tons of features, but again, not a great camera for photographing. The colors are washed out, the colors are a little bit grainy, it's a little bit below average. So yeah, it's a decent job for just taking pictures whenever you need to, but if you're a photographing enthusiast, do not use this phone. The front camera is a VGA resolution, and the frame rates are absolutely slow, but I guess it's okay for video chatting. It's good enough for just recognize the person you're talking to. So the camera is not that great. Again, the phone is cheap. It's affordable. really wouldn't. It can't offer any more features. I mean, seriously, a 4.3-inch screen with 5-megapixel camera, front-facing camera, super slim body, one of the slimmest phones actually. Great-looking phone. It offers tons of features for that price. It's seriously a bargain to get that phone. An absolutely fantastic phone. And last but not least, the browsing capabilities of the phone. The phone comes with the new ice cream sandwich browser, which is a revamped version of the one that came up in honeycomb and gingerbread, and I'd say it's pretty damn good. Of course, it's not the most capable of all browsing. It lags a little bit. It's not the fastest, but again, if you want to check out your Facebook, your Twitter, it does a decent job. It does a decent job. Here is a little bit of a lag. You see that, but it's okay. I mean, it's decent. It's below average again. Everything about this phone is below average, but that's what you're paying. You're paying below average. You get what you pay for. So in the end, I'd like to sum up this review with the verdict, the pros and cons of the phone. The pros of the phone is a gorgeous 4.3-inch display, a gorgeous looking phone, 800 by 480 resolution, IPS display, beautiful, beautiful looking screen, super bright, amazing looking screen. Definitely my second favorite after the Super AMOLED. Ice cream sandwich is definitely a plus. Optimus UI, fantastic UI. And that's it in terms of the pros. Now, the cons is the loudspeakers is a little bit below par, but a little bit disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Actually, it's not that great. That was very disappointing when I heard the loudspeaker. The Wi-Fi signals is not that great. Usually, my other phones would get around 3 bars of Wi-Fi. This gets around 2, not that great. And that's it. And the front-facing camera is not that great, but again, you're paying for an affordable phone. Now, if you wanted to check some more similar phones, of course, I just want to say that this phone is absolutely worth a purchase. If you have $1,600, go get that phone right away. You, of course, would be able to. You'd be free to check out other phones, and the closest competition is the Xperia J, which really does not offer even half of the features for that same price. So again, if you have £1,600 and you want to buy a phone, this is the perfect choice. Ice cream sandwich, 4.3-inch screen. It's absolutely fantastic. A fantastic choice to make. The LG L7 gets a thumbs up, and it's definitely worth the purchase. If you're looking to buy, your entry-level smartphone. If you're looking to buy a phone, your first Android phone, it's definitely worth the purchase. And that was it for our review today. If you like more reviews, you'd like to watch more reviews, or stay with all the nerdy techie stuff, stay tuned on Nerdology channel. I'm your host, Anas Mohammed, and see you soon.